want to bring in now National Republican Lawyers Association board member Harmeet Dhillon. Harmeet, thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Charles. Happy to be here.
You know, I think a lot of people should be happy with this news. For the last couple of years, the key word in D.C. and in the media has been transparency. This seems like it's going to be awfully transparent, and we will actually get even closer and deeper understanding of what exactly would happen during that 2016 election. From a legal standpoint, is there anything wrong with that?
Not at all, Charles. First of all, everything you said is absolutely correct. And I would add that for Adam Schiff and others to criticize this as some sort of a political payback is absolute gibberish. What we're talking about here, as the president said, is exposing what happened. And only after we know the facts can we start talking about accountability, if there is any accountability to be had. But briefly, from a legal point of view, the president and the executive branch of our government have the right to control how these intelligence agencies operate, how the Justice Department operates. And so they have the absolute purview from the president on down and his executive authority to direct the unmasking or the revelation of any confidential information deemed necessary. Now, he's delegated that authority to a very high-ranking officer in his government, which was Senate confirmation, Bill Barr. And Bill Barr, a longstanding professional in this area, is, I think, highly unlikely to do anything in the revelation of this information that's going to put anybody in jeopardy. So Democrats are talking about, oh, my God, he's going to unmask spies who are next to Putin, and he's going to do terrible things to American intelligence sources. I highly doubt that Bill Barr would do that. Right. But people who are in politics certainly have a lot to be afraid of. The Obama administration unmasked, hundreds of people, which was like several times more than what has been done in prior administrations. And so they have a lot to be afraid of, as do people in Congress who participated in this.
I want to take a listen to President Trump's own words, particularly when it came to the idea of declassification.
As you know, I declassified everything they want. I put it under the auspices of the Attorney General. He's going to be in charge of it. He's a great gentleman and a highly respected man. So everything that they need is declassified, and they'll be able to see how this the hoax or witch hunt started and why it started. It was an attempted coup or an attempted takedown of the President of the United States.
So, Harmeet, when we hear that President Trump declassified everything, what exactly is everything?
So what he means, I believe, is he gave the Attorney General the authority and the final decision-making power or, recommendation to him on what exactly is going to be revealed publicly. So he delegated that authority to the Attorney General, which is an appropriate place for that authority. And again, I will note that in the Obama administration, a couple of officials, Susan Rice, for one, in the cabinet, as well as Samantha Power, the UN ambassador, who, historically does not have the power to be unmasking people. They unmasked hundreds of people clearly for political purposes. And so the president isn't doing anything like that at all. He's simply trying to allow the public to find out what happened in this highly irregular situation where our national intelligence agencies and our government and our FBI and our Department of Justice were weaponized against a political opponent. That should never happen again, but we can only make sure it never happens again if we know what happened in the first place.
Harmeet, thank you very much. Really appreciate it.
My pleasure.